No. They got Old Glory. That's it. I am tired of working in this poorly lit shop, and the latest victim to the lighting crisis is Old Glory, and nobody messes with Old Glory. So today on You Break You Fix It, we're going to be updating the lighting in the shop. Now, I'm a very fortunate man because this shop is donated space by my very generous mother and father-in-law, but it was always meant to be a temporary space so my wife and I settled down somewhere. So I never put a lot of money into the shop. It was just enough to get it going, and there was plenty of lighting in here at the time when I first moved into this shop. But now, slowly, lights have gone out, and I've been too cheap to replace the bulbs. And now that I have a big build series coming to the shop over the winter time, I'm going to be building a 68C10, so you'll have to subscribe and stick around for that. It's going to be a pretty sweet build. But now that I'm going to be doing that throughout the winter and the darker months, I can't have the door open to see in here. So I wanted to try out some LED lights. And the beauty of technology is it only gets cheaper. Yes, it becomes more obsolete as the days go on, but 4 years ago when I looked into this, to do all the light fixtures in the shop I wanted to do was about, I think, $400 or $500. I just bought a lighting kit to do the entire shop for $160. So that just shows you, if you be a little patient with electronics, you can get them a lot cheaper in the long run. Even my filming equipment, I do the same thing with that. All right, enough yammering on my part. Let's get these lights up. Now, you'll notice I'm working off the ground like an animal. I don't usually condone that. Usually I'll throw some sawhorses out, but my shop is a disaster right now. I'm getting everything moved around so I can get that truck in here for the winter time. So I'm moving my woodworking tools to the side and getting some stuff shipped out of here. So it is going to be an absolute disaster in here today. Oh, mama, look at that. I'm really hopeful for these. I went with a 5,000 Kelvin daylight bulb, hoping it would really bring up the lighting in here, especially for filming throughout the whole winter for that video series. It'll be nice to have that. I got this kit off of Amazon. I'll throw the link down below. I typically source American-made products or American distributed, anything that supports small American businesses. I like to keep Americans working. But with something like electronics, that's really hard to do. Here in the United States, we're not really known for our electronics and technology. For this, I cheaped out, made Jeff Bezos a little bit richer, and I'm okay with that for a few things. All right, let's get one of these bad boys out. These are tiny. I ended up going with a frosted bulb. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. I'm hoping just bright's bright. I kind of want to plug one in just to see what it looks like. All right, I'm going to find an extension cord. See what these bad boys look like. Whoa. That is, I'm telling ghost stories. Oh, that is, first of all, wait till you see the fixture this is replacing. I'm going to set them side by side. I can pinch this with 2 fingers and pick it up. This is getting pretty spooky in here. I can pick this up with 2 fingers. And the old ballasts are very heavy. I just had shoulder surgery recently, and I'm worried about working overhead, pulling those down. They're so heavy, but these things are incredible. I can't believe how bright this is already. I'm hoping this brings this brightness up to a Miami Beach level. All right, the first one we're going to take care of is the one right over Old Glory. That's bothering me. I'm just going to jump right up here. There we go, sketchy ladder. Seems safe. First victim. Now let's get that new guy up there. When you're drilling overhead, always, always, always safety glasses. Alrighty, up she goes. Dude! Oh my god. I would be happy with just this one light, and we have 9 more to do. This one light makes more light than the rest of the fixtures combined. Oh man, I am so excited to be able to see in here. This is gonna be awesome. Which reminds me, I take my eye medicine. Only 9 more to go. I feel like I'm gonna do this every single light, but two lights. I could work in this entire shop with 2 lights. This is about 30 by 20 shop, and 2 of those lights gave me twice as much light as I've had in the past 4 years. Don't wait like I did. Just get this done. So another cool thing about these lights, besides being super bright and super cheap, is they're linkable, which means there is a plug in the back of all of these fixtures. So if you have one switched outlet in the ceiling, you could just link them all together. Fortunately, in this shop, my father-in-law thought way ahead, and he put a bunch of switched outlets in the ceiling because he knew he'd be updating the lights throughout the life of this building. Genius. So now the one I just put in doesn't have a switched outlet box near it, but I'm going to be putting lights over the workbench and kind of that area, and there's an outlet close. So I think I'll be able to stretch the cord for this one to the workbench area to this next fixture. Really neat. So let's take a brief intermission. We're about halfway done with the lights. And as you can see, there are 3 lights. I plugged in that other one. See, nice and bright over there. And then on this side, there are 4 lights. So it's probably hard to tell in the video, but it's very yellow and dingy over there. And so I bought more light fixtures than I used to have in here because I have a big, where am I going? I have a big dark dead spot right above the garage door. But the nice thing about these LED fixtures is they don't have a lot of heat, so you can get them a lot closer. Some actually you can, I think you can flush. Some I think you can actually flush mount. These you might be able to. I didn't read the directions. I don't want to do that. Well, even my skin looks good in this lighting. But I want to put one above the garage door because that's a humongous spot. You can't really tell in the video, but when that's closed and it's dark and it's wintertime in here, you can't see duty by that door. So we're going to put one there, and even in this center aisle above the fans, yeah, there's a big open gap between the fans, and it doesn't look like a big gap, but when you have the lights on and you're working on stuff directly in the middle of the shop, you can't see garbage in there. But look how nice my face looks there. You can tell the brightness just by, see how much darker my face looks over here. I'm facing the dark lights, I'm facing the bright light. Man, this is awesome. I cannot wait to have all these in here. I think there are 2 things that can make you feel like $1,000,000: fresh haircut and fresh lighting. Man, this hasn't gotten old yet. Every time I put up a new one, it's like the same emotions from the first one. This is just so awesome. Go. Boom. Oh, every time. Gets me. Every time. Moving on. Alright, this is where things get interesting. Let me take you off the tripod here. So in the back of the shop, I can do nice, even spacing, even though it doesn't look that even because of that silly insulation I have. But up here, we're gonna have to get a little wonky. Because I've got a heater over there, the garage door doesn't line up with the center of the building, so don't judge my light spacing on these next few, but man, I am so pleased with these already. And we only have about 10 lights, and we have 6 up, and it's like being in the spotlight on some Hollywood movie in here. Look at old Glory back there. Man, she looks good back there, all lit up. All right, let's get to it. Here goes another. All right. I've got all the lights in I'm going to do for today. Let's wrap this thing up. I am so impressed with these lights. For about $160, this is an incredible upgrade to your shop. There's no excuse to put it off. LED is the way of the future. It's more efficient. It's brighter. They last longer. There are so many good reasons to do it. And it's just plain cheap now. Like I said, when I tried to do this about 4 years ago, actually, I didn't even price fixture. I just priced LED replacement bulbs for the fluorescent fixtures I had, and it was close to $400. Pretty glad I waited because this is still a temporary space for me. I'm going to be building a behemoth shop in the future, so I don't want to put a lot of money into this, but for 160 bucks, I would have done this 4 years ago for that price. So don't wait like I did. And like I said, I've got a couple more lights to put in. I'm not sure where I plan on putting those in yet, but it is all jokes aside, a night and day difference in here when you turn with these lights compared to the old fluorescent lights. I mean, you can even see I'm better lighted now than I was when we started the video. And this isn't just a shop lighting channel. I'm going to be doing some pretty big builds in the coming future. One is already here. The parts are on the way. I'm going to be building a pretty badass 68 C10 over the winter time. So be sure to subscribe so you can follow along with that. As always, I'm Jim Murphy. You can follow me between videos on Instagram at YouBreakItYouFixIt. Please like this video, subscribe, hit me up in the comments down below, especially if you have some good information to add to these videos. I love the community this is becoming, where people are answering each other's questions in the comments. That helps me out. I love learning new stuff. Please add value down below, and I'll see you next time.